just a quick little video. I feel like I'm getting this sand and polish thing down. Yes, you are looking at a mirror image off of the car, as you can see. So this panel here was almost complete orange peel. When I say orange peel, if you've ever held an orange, it was that textured. It wasn't even just like a teeny bit. It was grippy, let's just say that. So basically I'm just teaching myself how to do this stuff. And I know some of these YouTube pros make this stuff look so easy, and then you try it and you get frustrated. So let me just tell you kind of what I have learned through trial and error and torturing myself. Basically, I like to do the sanding as a wet sanding by hand. And I know that's crazy, but just try to tackle a little bit at a time. And I've been even starting as low as a 600 grit. Again, wet sanding, spraying it down really good, keeping the sandpaper wet. Just kind of working sort of this way, sometimes this way, sometimes this way, sometimes this way. I mean, just basically trying to mix it up and get it with the 600 down to where all of the orange peel is gone and it's smooth. And then come back over with 1200, then 2000, then 3000. And putting a little bit more pressure on the sandpaper than I thought that you should. Really trying to erase the scratch marks from the prior sand. So the 600 is going to leave it looking very sanded. The 1200 is not going to make it look a whole lot better. By the 2 or 3, when you wet it, it should almost look like this. And then when it dries, obviously is when the sanding marks come back. And then I'm just finding using the 3-inch polisher is a lot more effective than the 5 or 6 on most areas, because like this line along here and up here, with the 5 or 6-inch polisher, you get a lot of fling and it doesn't really get into those grooves like the 3 does. Next is, this is what I'm using. First, that compound, typically on a pad sort of like that. And then this one on whatever I have that's kind of softer. But to give you an idea, I haven't touched the roof. Now, this is definitely not my best ever paint job. This was actually my first ever full car paint job. But no reducer in the clear, number one. And of course right now there's a lot of dust on it, so ignore that. But you can see the orange peel. And that panel I just showed you looked just like this before I sanded and polished it. And just kind of give you an idea. No, this one isn't my best work either, but just to give you a comparison of sanded and polished versus raw. Now, I can do a better paint job than this now. I've learned a lot. Thank you, Paint Society and Mario's paint class. I'm going to be using slow and super slow reducer from now on in my clear, and that should help. And I know this is considered wrong, but this is how I do it. Folding a sheet like this into quarters and literally doing it by hand with the spray bottle. And just like I said, trying to, one, you can kind of hear and feel when the orange peel is present and then when it disappears. And I feel like you have better control this way for getting into these textured areas and grooves without messing up things. Like if you get the big sanding block, you can't really do a panel like this. And for me anyway, trying to sand this with the machine, it's a waste of time because again, you can't get all these textures right. You end up digging into some spots, making a mess out of your paint job. Now, like I said, hopefully future paint jobs, I won't do this bad where I need this much sanding, but just thankful that I figured out how to get this smooth. This is after the 2000 grit. You see when I wipe it down with the wet rag, how all the scratches disappear and it almost looks polished. That's what you're looking for. Now I know some of you are thinking, why start with 600, then 1200, then 2000, and 3000? Why not just do 3000? Or why not just do 600 and then polish? Well, it just doesn't work. So the 600 knocks down the bulk of the orange peel, but it's not a polishable finish. The 1200 takes away the 600 scratches and smooths them out. Now the compound says it takes out 1200 grit scratches. I'm here to tell you it does not. It will not work, so don't even bother. So then you do your 2000 to take out the 1200 scratches, and then your 3000 to take out the 2000 scratches. The compound will take out the 3000 grit scratches for sure, but good luck getting it to take out 1200 or even 2000. Some of you are probably even thinking, well, why not just do 3000 to start with and skip that? Well, I guess hypothetically you could, but you're going to be sanding for a long time, because well, the 3000 is great when the surface is already smooth and you're just trying to perfect it to get it ready for compound. It's not great for taking out the imperfections. So, like I said, don't overthink it. Just go 600, 1200, 2000, 3000, and you'll have a nice, good finish when you're done. And that's what you're looking for. This is the 3000 grit. Wiped down and dried, and then I will buff it, and it'll turn out better than that. Start with the compound, and I like to have the pad pretty wet. I find not enough product doesn't get the job done. We'll start by a slow speed to get it spread on, and then we'll buff it in on the high speed. So it's going to look like this. And then take your clean microfiber to buff off the residue. And you can see that's just compound and it's already shiny. Then I'll do the polish next. And normally I would do the whole panel compound and then polish. I'm just wanting to show you what it looks like. Again, I'm using the Meguiar's polish. And again, we'll spread it on slow speed and then polish at about half, 3 to 4. This goes from 1 to 6. I'll polish it about 3 or 4. I'm sure you can see huge difference. So I'll do the rest of that panel, and then basically what I'm doing, I'll probably go back over. That may just need a 2, maybe 3,000, and then a good compound and polish to get rid of that. As you see, there's literally no swirls, and these, I guarantee you, are from trying to use the sander instead of hand sanding it. And there you go, another mirror shine. I even cleaned up this. You remember there was a bunch of scratchy looking stuff on it. It just needed to basically be compounded again. I think the trick, really, keep the pad a little bit wetter than you think. I think I was letting the pad just get too dry on the compounding, but holy moly, that looks like I actually know how to paint. So anyway, hope that's helpful to somebody, because I have struggled with this idea of painting and then also fixing up the paint afterward with sanding and polishing. I've always been really disappointed with the results, and I think I'm learning the trick. Like I said, the hand sand it, and then number 2, keep that compound pad just a little bit wetter with compound. Hope that's helpful. See you in the next video.